This doesn't seem right. Have I taken a wrong turn? No! Why do you have the silent hill siren? Samir takes his phone and turns its screen towards me. Don't do that. Bitch! Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna play Picta Mori. I haven't played lots of visual novel games on my channel. I want to start playing more of them because they are a little bit more relaxing than having to go around running and screaming all the time. But yeah. So it looks very interesting. It has like that green aesthetic or whatever on it. From what I've seen, it has to do about like an AI image generator and like how it would be like if it could see your death, it could predict your death or something like that. But yeah, let's start because I'm very curious to see what's going on. Hope it's nice. What's that? And it doesn't have a save. So... But it has multiple endings from what I know. Oh. Hello? Hello? Oh! Miss Greenwood? Who's she? Is it me? Oh. Miss Greenwood, are you okay? Here. I come back from my thoughts and see Emma staring at me from the other side of the room. She looks worried. It's raining. I close the window and sit down on my chair. Sorry, I was miles away. I reply and give her a smile. She frowns, probably figuring out that I was forcing it. Emma comes here more often now, since her classmate Alex died in a car accident 2 months ago. We talk for an hour every week. I serve her homemade cookies and tea. She chooses peppermint each time, says it calms her mind. It's the instinctive aroma fills the room and covers the scent of lavender I use. She suffers from panic attacks, which have gotten much worse due to the accident. Her mother died in a car crash when Emma was only 6 years old. Holy shit. Losing both your mom and your best friend in a car accident? I will never go into cars ever again, fucking hell. Emma takes a sip from the cup. She does it so delicately, like a duchess. The rain continues, pattering against the glass. She looks at the window. It sounds so nice, by the way. I hope you can listen to it well. Hope I don't have the same problem again. Like the 3 random horror games where you couldn't even listen the game. Which again, I'm so sorry about that. Anyway. Yeah, that's it. Emma. That's dating again. She's picking me up today. She pauses and keeps her face turned away from me. Though I can hear how she's chewing her lower lip. What is she like? Is it still, what is she like? She's tall and dresses up nice, smokes a lot. I mean as a person, not here outside. We're supposed to go to a picnic today, all 3 of us. Are you sad it's raining? Then I feel sorry for Dad. He's been planning this the whole week. Push it? Let it go. Don't push. Give her a tissue. Emma releases her right hand from the cup and takes the tissue. She brings it forth to her eyes to dry her tears. I know he means good, but he just doesn't get it why I always seem so distant to them. There was this Janet that was seeing a couple of years ago. She was very affectionate, but not annoyingly so. I kept telling Dad she was too good for him. She chuckles bitterly. Her perfume reminded me of summer. It was similar to what my mom would use. Emma looks down to her cup and smiles a little. It was like I got a small piece of my mom back. She sniffles quietly and traces tears off from her cheek. We were going to spend the Christmas day together. I got her a tea mug with butterflies on it. She texted Dad just a couple of days after and I haven't seen her since. She never called me or anything. Oh shit. Each time I found someone I liked, they disappear. Aha! I just don't want to get hurt anymore. I'm a coward. She sobs and hides behind the tissue paper. You're not a coward! Encourage her. You don't seem like a coward to me, Emma. I talk gently and smile to her. You have shown great courage in coming to speak with me. Yeah, it's not easy. Emma blows her nose quietly, leans back to the chair and takes a deep breath. Her eyes have turned red. He's gone cold, she laughs with relief. I reply to her with a chuckle and put my notes down. There's plenty left. You're always welcome to stop by for a cup. Thank you, Miss Greenwood. She smiles shyly and hands me over the cup. I reach to take the cup from her hand and put it down next to mine on the table. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. Send my regards to your dad, okay? I will. Oi! Oi, oi, oi. The rain has got worse when I start heading back home from the gym. I live quite close to the city center, so I'm used to walking everywhere. With just a couple of blocks left, I hear my phone buzzing in my bag. Curious to see who would message me this late, I pick my phone. Oh. It's from Lizzie. I was with her at the gym. Some creep was staring you at the lobby and left right after you, checking if you're alright. XO. Oh no! Shivers ran down my spine and I almost dropped the phone. Without stopping, I quickly glanced behind me. Oh! A tall, broad-shouldered person is... A tall, broad-shouldered person is following me. Likely a man, although I can't see the features well. Due to the rain, I haven't been able to hear the sound of footsteps. With my hand shaking from cold and terror, I text her back. I'm followed, almost home. I'm followed, almost home, call police. I switched the GPS on before I stuck my phone back in the bag. I go through my options. I could try to run straight to the door or I could try to lose him in buildings. Try losing him? I take a swift turn to the closest alley on my left. I take a swift turn to the closest alley on my left and quicken my steps. To my horror, I see my pursuer speeding up to a jog and heading after me. Turn left. My heart is pounding and I scamper through the alleys. The sound of my boots is echoing from the walls surrounding me. Turn right. I dare not to look behind. I must keep going. Run straight. Someone is calling, but I can't stop now. Just a few turns more and I'll be on my door. Turn left. My ears are ringing. Feels like my heart is bursting through my chest, just a bit further. Run straight. This doesn't seem right. Have I taken a wrong turn? No! Why do you have the Silent Hill siren? Run straight. Where am I? I don't recognize any of this. Oh no, if you head back, it's gonna be there. My lungs are about to explode. I can't breathe. Oh shit. Run, run, run. What? I did it? It was lying to me? To head back? You okay? Hello? Okay. The police couldn't find a single trace of the man, but promised to go through surveillance cameras in case they had caught him on those. Lizzie and I described him as best as we could, and they assured me they would be in touch should they find a fitting suspect. Lizzie stayed overnight on the next one. I was sorry to see her leave, but she promised to call me as often as she could. I hated myself for abandoning the children, but I just couldn't leave the apartment. I could barely look at the front door without feeling sick. Dad stopped by a few times to bring me groceries and watch TV together. He loves old kung fu movies. It was nice to have him around. He told me he has quit drinking, but I could smell whiskey each time he hugged me on the door before leaving. And each time he would ruffle my hair and say, "You'll be alright. You're a fighter. You're Jackie Chan." He's kept saying that ever since Mom died. What? Wait, are we playing as the girl or as the Mrs. What her name was? Green something. What if this time Jackie won't make it? I asked him last night. He will always find a way. There could be a ladder just around the corner, he laughed. I hugged him for the second time and didn't let go. And once I lost the sight of his car from the window, I let myself fall down on the floor and cried my heart out. Shit. I really like the music in this game. Yes? What's up? What was a few weeks felt like an eternity. It was good to be back at the school. Everything was as before except my greens, which the janitor forgot to water. Barbara. Miss Wood. Should we get plastic instead? Easier to take care of, she said when we took the withered plants to the trash. She dropped my lavender scented candle jar while picking up the dead golden pothos from the shelf. Its sturdy glass got barely scratched when it hit the floor with a strong impact. You should get rid of this fool thing before it gets you killed. Oh, she shook her head, horrified by the dent that appeared in the floor. By the way, I'm not making fun of anyone, okay? I'm just reading seriously, but it just sounds funny. Sorry if it seems like that. Emma and many others came for a visit during the day. She lived into my arms the moment I opened the door and broke to tears. Oh, she stayed for a tea and told me everything I had missed during my weeks of absence. According to her own words, she's been doing just fine. Her father is still seeing Sana, the businesswoman she told me about before. Emma has apparently gotten along well with her. Sana is Finnish and has shown pictures of Lapland, where some of her family lives. She's promised to take Emma there someday to meet the real Santa Claus and his reindeers, although Emma was sure she was just trying to tease her. It was a relief to see Emma so happy, and I promised I could see her again soon once I get properly back on my feet. Okay. By afternoon, my desk was overflowing with cards and gifts from the children and the staff. Oh, I was getting ready to leave for the day when I heard a knocking on the door. It's open, I called out while packing my things. Her name is Maylin. Maylin Wood? Maylin Greenwood or something? I'm sorry to bother so late, Miss Greenwood. I can come back tomorrow if you're just leaving. Oh, it's quite alright, Samir. Please come on in. I wish him welcome and offer a seat. Samir was one of Alex's closest friends. Samir visited me a few times after the accident, but I haven't talked with him since. Would you like something to drink? I've got tons of chocolate if you want some. Oh, I won't. No, I'm fine, thank you, he says. Samir walks in and closes the door behind. He seems really anxious. How can I help you? I ask, smiling, keeping a little distance from him. I don't know how to say this, he pauses, but it's been haunting me for months now. Samir takes his phone and turns its screen towards me. Oh! It's a picture of Alex. Look away! I feel nauseous. I close my eyes and try to shake it off, but Alex's empty stare has burned into my mind. Put that away, please. Samir follows my request immediately by taking his phone down to his side. What the fuck? God, why would you show me that? Who took it? The police? Where did you even get that? A flood of questions rushes out of my mouth. You won't believe this, but Alex sent it to me only one day before the accident. Confront him? No, question him. How is that even possible? Why would Alex do something like this? Photoshop himself like that? My head keeps filling up with questions. It's not photoshopped, Miss Greenwood. Allow me to explain. Alex and I used to read scary stories we found from the internet. One night, Alex came across with this site called Picta Mori. Ah, shit! That's what we are playing with. It's one of these AI image generators where artificial intelligence would create a picture based on your description. According to this scary story, if you should enter your own name as a text prompt and send it to the AI exactly 3 AM, AI produces a picture of how you would die, Samir explains calmly. It quickly became an online dare among young people. Shockingly, there are lots of evidence how the predictions have come true. Believe him. I knew Samir wasn't the kind of person who would tell a lie, especially when it was about his friend. No, I don't. It's not that I trust Samir, I just know that that's what the game is about, so I'm gonna believe you. Oi! I need to sit, my head hurts. I let myself drop on the chair. All the lights in the room dazzle my eyes. This is a bit too much. I'm terribly sorry, Miss Greenwood. I just couldn't keep this to myself anymore. He looks down. Comfort him, bitch. Oh no, it's okay. I'm just... Miss Greenwood? Miss Greenwood? I can hear Samir's calming voice as he calls an ambulance until everything goes silent. Oh shit. Do you have any plans for the weekend? I don't know yet. I heard Susan is holding a party. Yeah. You're not going? I don't know yet. Don't go! Parties are not nice most of the time. It could be fun. No, it wouldn't be. Yeah, no. What was that? What are we listening to? Beep beep. Beep beep boop boop. Yeah, I woke up at the central hospital just a couple of hours after the paramedics had brought me in. Knowing my condition, doctor wanted to keep me in monitors overnight. Hospitals have always made me anxious, and staying in for the night felt much like a death sentence to me. Luckily, the room they gave me was unoccupied, and after the supper, I was tired enough to fall asleep quickly. The next evening, I was allowed to leave after the checkup. The doctor encouraged me to call someone to take me back home. Call Lizzie. Dad thinks you're Chucky Chan, so call Lizzie. Yeah. Does it matter? Does it matter who we're gonna like? Wanker! Arseholes like that shouldn't be driving by a tricycle. Be driving but a tricycle. Lizzie has the looks of a saint, but she swears like a trooper. How was your day? Welcome to the club. It was a disaster, Lizzie complains bitterly. I made an ass of myself. What happened? Lizzie sighs heavily. The kids were being obnoxious. She shakes her head in disgust. I thought I had planned a perfect lesson, but they just wouldn't listen. So you lost control? Lizzie gives me a look that's equal parts exasperated and irritated. Of course I did. And what did you do? I asked gently. I told them to shut up. Did you apologize to them? I press her. Liz shakes her head firmly. No, I'm not sorry. I meant every word. Then you've learned something valuable today. You can only take action when you're calm and collected. Who says that? Me. Rumble in Bangkok. 1977. Oh, bugger off, nerd. We look at each other saltily and start laughing. It's so good to have your sense of humor back, Lizzie exclaims. Well, don't get used to it. What do you mean? Lizzie looks at me strangely. Tell her. Tell her she's your friend. I've got... What? Oh shit. I've got cancer. Lizzie stops laughing. What? Where? She gasps. Up in the think box. Her brain? I answer plainly. I was diagnosed back in June, so enjoy my company while you can. Fuck! Oh my god, she exclaims. Yeah, I know. Are you going to die? No, I'm just gonna go for a... What the fuck? Well, on one hand, she's right, because not all cancer is like... terminal, like... It's too early to say for sure, but the doctor said that chances are 50-50. Fuck, that's terrible. I'm really sorry. That's okay. That's the opposite of a gay idiot, she shouts and hits the steering wheel. What about chemo? I'm going to try the conventional treatment first, which consists of radiation and chemotherapy. If that doesn't work, then we'll talk about surgery. Do you want me to come with you to the hospital? Yeah. That would be great, I respond. I'd feel more comfortable if you were there. Lizzie nods and looks down on the road again. It has started to snow. We're both silent for a moment. It sounds weird, but if you could look to the future, how you die, would you do it? No, absolutely not. I hate death. Would you? I don't know, maybe? If you knew what your death was going to look like, it might make things easier for you. No, it wouldn't. Because let's say you know that you're gonna die in a car crash. You will never go into cars ever again. You would be afraid to even see cars because maybe it would be like, oh, maybe it's not gonna work only if I am inside one. It's gonna work even like if one hit me. So no. Or like drowning, for example. I wouldn't even be able to take a bath. No. If it happens, it just happens. I doubt it. What if it was all going to end tomorrow, and you had a chance to spend your last day alive doing whatever you wanted? I'd probably sleep in until noon and then go out for lunch. Ask her out. Is it a date? What? Your last day on Earth. Could we at least have a dinner together? Sure. Sure! She answers without hesitation. Can you tell me what will happen after that? I'll show you. She speaks and puts the car over to the side. Holy shit. This is getting interesting. Oh shit! Shit, I wasn't expecting. I thought they just arrived at her house. Have you decided yet? What? I think I'll be going. That's wonderful. I'm really proud of you. Why? Dad didn't take it well though. We usually play tennis together on Fridays. Remember that you have the right to do your own choices. He says house parties are a waste of time. Talk to him. He was once your age too. Who are we talking to? What's going on? Alex? I should have listened to my dad. Fuck, what's wrong? What happened? I made my own choice just like you told me to, and look what it did to me. Alex, where are you? I can't see you. Oh no! Did we told him to go to the party? And that's how he died. And now we blame ourselves. I'm right here, Miss Greenwood. Where? Look at me. No, I don't want to. Ah! Shit. I wake up covered in sweat and with a terrible headache. Lizzie is sleeping soundly next to me like nothing happened. I kiss her on the forehead before I get out of bed quietly and put on my dressing gown. I look for the painkillers on the nightstand. The alarm clock glows its gloomy green light. Oh, how many glue? The alarm clocks glows its gloomy green light and tells me it's 2:43 a.m. I grab the pills and swallow them down without water. Gloop, gloop, gloop. They get stuck in my throat and make me cough. Who drinks the pills with no fucking water? You want to die before it's your time? That's how you're gonna die. Lizzie stirs but doesn't wake up. My stomach feels queasy and my head keeps pounding until the painkillers start working. Only 15 minutes left. There is an eerie silence in my apartment. I feel scared every time I hear a noise outside. I want to go back to sleep, but I can't stop thinking about that cursed website. What if it's true? What if I could know what would be the end of me? And what if knowing it scares me so much that it makes things worse? A wave of panic washes over me, and I sit on the edge of the bed, gripping my knees while I watch the clock. Less than 10 minutes now. I take deep breaths and squeeze my eyes shut. I picture myself lying on a hospital bed with my head shaven and tubes attached everywhere. I need to know. I have to find out. No, you don't! Just fuck Lizzie! It's gonna take your mind off things. I go quietly to the living room where my laptop is. My hands are shaking as I open the lid. Don't do that! Is this really going to help? Nope! Would knowing my fate make things better or worse? Worse? Would it change anything? No? I can't just choose not to know. You can! It's amazing not knowing! It depends. Actually. I open the browser and type the address into the search bar. Don't do that, bitch! Holy shit! The page loads and I'm greeted by an ominous picture and a warning. This website contains material which may be inappropriate for some users. Do you wish to proceed? No. Click yes. And the text fades away and a new window opens. In the middle of the screen is a form I have to fill in. According to Samir's explanation, all I need to do now is to write my name and wait until the clock is exactly 3 a.m. I don't like that. I don't like that. No. I take deep breaths and begin typing my full name. You are full stupid. When I finish, I close my eyes and try to relax. The next thing I know, the clock says 3 a.m. I press enter and wait. Why I don't have a choice on all this shit? Nothing happens. I check the time again. 3:01 a.m. Still nothing. Is it loading or something? I'm starting to think there's no way this works. Maybe I've made a mistake somewhere. I'm sure I typed my name correctly. I refresh the page. A picture of a woman appears on the screen. Her eyes are closed and there is a gaping wound on her forehead that has spilled a pool of blood beside her. The resemblance is remarkable. My heart beats faster. I lean closer to the screen. It's definitely me. My chest tightens. I can't breathe. I try to move my mouse to close the window, but my hand won't obey. I keep staring at the picture of me and I can't tear my gaze away. I'm terrified. I don't understand it. Why would this be me? How did they get a picture of me? No, no, no. Something isn't right. There's a high-pitched ringing in my ears and my vision starts to blur. I can barely see the screen anymore. I shake my head to clear it and close my eyes. That horrible image flashes through my mind and makes me feel nauseous. Are you gonna do that a lot? My head feels like someone is twisting a knife inside it. Ah! Oh no! Please make it stop! Ah! Oh shit. I cry out loud and desperately throw my laptop aside. It crashes against the floor and the monitor turns off. Good thing. Now you don't even have a fucking monitor. Maylene? Lizzie rushes in the living room and switches the light on. The light. What's wrong? She shouts and comes over to the couch. Something bad, I gasp and lean onto her. I saw a picture of me. I explain everything to Lizzie. I tell her about my dream and the website and she listens without saying a word. Lizzie tries to comfort me by stroking my hair while I keep crying against her shoulder. I feel weak and exhausted. She brings me a glass of cold water and places it on my lips. And we sit there together in silence, watching the minutes tick away. When I come around, it's already morning. I curl up in a ball on the couch and try to ignore the throbbing in my temples. My laptop lies broken on the carpet, reminding me of what happened last night. Lizzie comes from the kitchen carrying a tray with coffee and toast. I nod numbly and take a sip of the bitter liquid. Is it that bad? She asks, looking worried. Shake my head. No, it's just... She sits next to me and rests her cheek on my shoulder. I feel her warm fingers caressing my wrist. You'll be okay, she whispers. Her touch calms me down a little. I wrap my arms around her and rest my head in the crook of her neck. I'm sorry I woke you up, I whisper. Don't worry about it, she strokes my hair softly and kisses my forehead. She promises to give me a lift later back to school to pick up my things left there. It's almost noon before I finally force myself back on my feet. Lizzie drives me to the school's entrance and says she'll be waiting for me until I'm done. Since it's Saturday, I have to call the janitor to let me in. Yakik Pili Wally. You're feeling alright? What? I manage a weak smile. Yeah, I'm okay. I guess I wasn't sleeping well. She gives me a sympathetic smile and gestures to get inside as she unlocks the door. That should be everything. I put down the bag containing my belongings on my desk. I sit down on my chair to take a little rest before heading back when the door suddenly opens. Middle-aged man. I thought I heard someone here. A middle-aged man leans into the room. Do you teach here? He asks me. No. I say quickly and stand up. Looks at me suspiciously. I'm sorry for interrupting your work. He smiles politely, but his eyes are piercing like needles. I work as a psychologist here. Is there something I could help you with? I smile back to him. I'm looking for my son's locker. His voice sounds strained. What grade is he in? I ask. Was. Third year of high school. He died a few months ago. Is he Alex's dad? You must be Alex's father, I ask. I'm terribly sorry for your loss. He nods again sadly. Yes, that's all right. That's right. You knew my son? You could say that. I give him a small smile. The man walks to my desk and offers me his hand. I'm David, he says. Maylin, pleased to meet you. He has a strong grip. So you've been talking with my son? I was sure this was gonna happen. Tell the truth. Yes. He stopped by a few times. Thank you for taking care of him. He was such a polite young man. I told him honestly. What did he tell you about me? His voice shaking. Tell the truth. He said he loves you very much, but didn't always agree with you. I look at him. His face turns pale and he looks away from me. I'm about to talk to him when my phone starts to ring. I'm sorry, I'll get this real quick. David waves slightly for response and walks from the desk. I reach into my bag. The call comes from a restricted number. Hello? This is Assistant Commissioner Scully speaking. Is Maylin Greenwood on the phone? My heart begins to race. Yes, I answer, my voice breaking. Maylin, is everything alright? Yes, I'm fine. I force myself to sound calm. We've got news concerning your report from the last month. We found footage of the person you were looking for. Yes. We're sending you a copy of what we found. Perhaps you could help us to recognize the suspect. Yeah, he's right next to me. I'm sure. Okay. Fuck. Yep. Probably he knows we told him to just make his own choices. And now probably he's very mad at me. I freeze. There's no denying it. The person on the picture is David. Dude, I can explain. I gasp out and look up. David is standing next to the shelf on the opposite side of the room. Maylin? Is something wrong? Yes, that tapestry looks really pretty. I try to speak calmly. Do you require emergency assistance? Please, I would love that. I laugh and keep my eyes on David. Are you in immediate danger? Absolutely. I would like to order 5 rolls. I lean over the desk and close my eyes for a second. My pulse is beating so fast I can feel it through my fingertips. Understood. Officers are on their way. Please don't hang up. Thank you. I reply and place the phone on the chair without ending the call. Alex told me a lot of things about you, David says without turning around at me. Did he? Oh, really? Did he told you I told him to go to the fucking party? Did he? I turn my head to look at him and force a smile. He always spoke so highly of you, he continues. He was an excellent student. I tried to sound neutral. He was smart and funny. He told me how you encouraged him to stand his ground. Tried to give him confidence, but I also wanted to make sure he had a safe space where he could express all his feelings. And what makes you think he didn't feel safe at his home? David asked me quietly, but I can sense suppressed anger in his voice. Maybe he was afraid that if he talked, the people who loved him wouldn't be willing to listen. You mean his own father? His voice is low. I'm so what? I didn't press anything, I swear. She started saying I'm so sorry. And it's just... why? I am so sorry for your loss, David. What happened to Alex was... what happened to my son was your fault. David grows in anger. I open my mouth to respond, but then stop. If he would have listened to me, he would be still alive. I know, I whisper. I'm so sorry, David. You should be, he shouts. I can see the emergency lights reflecting from the window next to me before they go off. Please, David, let me go. You can't bring him back. My voice trembles. David turns and steps closer to me. He's holding my candle jar in his right hand. You let him die. He went out and got killed because of you. His arm is shaking. I run to the door. No, he's gonna catch you. Play more time. David, I whisper, don't do this. He was my only son. David's voice is breaking. Please, I beg him, let me go. You will pay for his death. David snarls at me. David grabs my wrist and pulls me close to him. Ah, fuck! The sound of shattering glass echoes in the room, and I fall. I'm staring at the ceiling. I feel something warm running across my cheek. I try to reach it, but I can't move a muscle. I hear footsteps approaching. Two silhouettes appear around me. Can you hear me? A gentle voice asks. I try to blink, but I can't manage to do so. It's okay, stay still. Another voice says. They came to help me? Another silhouette appears right above me. I hear Lizzie's voice crying and calling for me, but I can't make out her words anymore. I'm tired. I want to sleep. No! No, don't sleep. Sleep is for the weak. No. Shit, I killed her. I thought if she was gonna run, that's when like he would... Fuck! It's been cloudy since November, but the sun on New Year's Day shining brightly. The rays of sunlight are like a warm greeting from heaven. The fresh air of this winter morning feels warm. I walk along a familiar path through the cemetery and kneel down next to a grave. I dust the snow off the headstone and press my hand gently against the small bronze angel sculpture fixed to the front side of the stone. Happy New Year, Mom, I tell her with a smile. Ah, is she still alive? After cleaning up the grave, I continue walking towards the center of the graveyard. There's one more to visit this year. Once I approach the grave, I notice a familiar figure standing beside it. Her long red hair is blowing in the wind. She looks like an angel in her white winter coat. She turns around at the sound of my footsteps and smiles sadly. Fuck! I remember you from the funeral. Emma, right? Yeah. You're here for mailing, aren't you? I know. I should probably go. I don't want to bother you two. She smirks and walks away without waiting for an answer. Oh no, wait. I sound and run after her. You can't stay if you'd like to. It's okay. The woman smiles and stands there looking at me. I feel a little embarrassed. Thank you, she says softly. I'm Elizabeth, but you can call me Lizzie. We shake hands. Her hand feels warm despite the cold weather. Nice to meet you, Lizzie. We walk back to the grave together. I miss her, Lizzie whispers. Me too, I reply. Did you know her well? I look up to her and see tears glistening in her eyes. Yes, we were really close, she answers. Like friends? More than that. She looks at me smiling. I loved her. I just wish I could have told her how much. Why didn't you tell her your feelings? She would have wanted to hear it. Because... Lizzie pauses and takes a deep breath. Because I've always been afraid of losing her. I'm a coward like that. You don't seem like a coward. You have shown great courage in coming to speak with me. Oops, she's using her words. The psychologist's words. That sounds like something she'd say. Lizzie laughs. I'm glad I met you today, Emma, she says eventually. Likewise. Say goodbye to her for me, Lizzie says and starts walking away from me. I watch her until she disappears among the trees and reach into the bag to take out the butterfly tea mug. When I place it carefully on the snow right next to the headstone, a sudden breeze picks up and plays with my hair for a brief moment. To new beginnings, I whisper to the wind. Shit! I killed her! Fuck. Should I see if I can take the better ending? How many endings it has? I want to see. That was very nice. Oh! The mug with the butterflies. I want to see something. Fuck, but I did something stupid. I had it on the fast and now Ah! Fuck. Oh. Ran to the door with hesitation. I sprinted towards the door as fast as I can, but David managed to grab my wrist and pulls me close to him. I'm staring at the ceiling. Fuck! So I can't save her like that. Okay, my voice is bad from talking so much. Oh my god, it hurts. Yeah, it's not doing anything, and I looked it up to see how many endings does it have. Basically, in all the endings, you're dying. You can't cheat like death. You are gonna die. It just depends if at the time of the graveyard, when Emma is going there, if it's gonna be Lizzie, her dad, or no one. That's just that. Other than that, there is nothing like a different ending, like to stay alive. Because that's how you're gonna die. You can't cheat that. So yeah, that was so freaking good. My voice really hurts. So yeah, that's not a good thing. I have to talk very low right now. But yeah, I loved it. I really, really liked it. I need to start playing more visual novel games, but I can't like find some really interesting ones. If you have any recommendations, you can tell me in the comments down below. It would really help me. But yeah, even though it's too much green, I really liked it, how it looks. The story is nice. The music was very nice. It's very interesting. And the thing is that when I looked it up, it was like where I downloaded it from, it was saying that it's like a short one. It's like 20 plus minutes of gameplay, and it's like an hour. Almost an hour of gameplay. So yeah, I thought it was gonna be a short one, and it's like an hour. But yeah, that's it everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this game as well. I hope you enjoyed the video too. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe if you want to see more. Whatever you want to do. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.